Hey everyone, and welcome to the results video of the Teleport Ride Mini Contest. Now, this contest had a really short deadline. I believe it was only like 10 days or so, and every player who competed had to make a ride which used the trick to teleport rides throughout the track. For example, if you build a coaster track, you can use mini golf holes, and when a coaster reaches a mini golf hole, it will actually teleport right through it. And that's a trick you can use to make your ride immediately teleport to another section of the track. Alternatively, there are some other rides like go-karts, which actually teleport through a whole lot of elements that you normally cannot place on go-karts, but which you are able to place using cheats. Anyway, we got 7 entries in this mini contest. So I'll start with the one that got last place, and I'll finish by announcing who is the winner of this round. Alright, in 7th place we have this entry from Der Sunger. He actually got 1 point penalty because he didn't actually use a teleport trick. This ride here is called the Son of Dirkling's Teleport Ship. So instead of actually using a tracked ride with mini golf holes, actually put an inverted swinging ship here, and with the tile inspector he copied a piece of the swinging ship to this side. So yeah, I think that's actually quite a funny trick, because it does actually work. So it does kind of look like part of the ship is actually going here through this portal. So it's called Son of Dirkling's Teleport Ship because it was inspired by my entry in this contest. I posted some spoilers on my Discord server, and it looks like Der Sunger took some inspiration from that and made a mini version of my teleport ship. But yeah, the entry itself, quite simple, small little island. I do kind of like how he made these portals here. I do think this is quite a fun trick to do. It does sort of look like the ship, part of the ship is actually teleported through this portal, so that's quite fun. Alright, next up we have this entry from Young Wee. Young Wee made this coaster in a sort of like an extraterrestrial landscape. So here you can see the coaster train traveling up, and you can actually see it teleport through these invisible mini golf holes here. By the way, if you want to see how this trick is done, so basically when you build a ride with the OpenRCT2 cheats, and specifically the cheat for allow arbitrary ride type changes, you can actually, while building, change the ride into a mini golf. And as you can see now, all the track has been changed into the mini golf track, and here you can see the mini golf holes. And when you change the coaster back, the mini golf holes will still be here, but they will be invisible. And then the coaster will actually teleport right through them, as the train travels through this section. So yeah, you can see the coaster travel throughout the track here, and there's several of these small teleport sections. You can see it teleport here through the mid-course brake run, and then here it travels down again through another inversion, and then it teleports to this section. So yeah, lots of teleports within this track. Looks like there's another mid-course brake run here, and after it, here it goes through this lower one of these interlocking loops. So I think it's a fun layout, lots of these teleport sections. I think the scenery is a little bit messy. The land is very flat. I think with a bit more terrain editing, it would have looked maybe a bit nicer, maybe as some more vegetation, rather than all these spread out trees and plants. I think would have looked nice. When you make vegetation, it's always nice to put it in clumps, rather than just having it evenly spread out. Now, as for the scenery, there's just a lot of stuff placed here and there. I suggest putting some stuff that belongs together close to each other. That'll probably make it a little bit more orderly, rather than it's a little bit I have to say it's a little bit on the messy side, I think. But yeah, overall I think the layout of the coaster is quite fun with all its jumps. Alright, next up is the entry from Flixby or Spy. Not really sure how I'm supposed to pronounce it. But yeah, this coaster kind of in the same kind of style as the previous one, except a bit smaller, and I believe it's a launched coaster. So in the middle here we have the station for the coaster, and we can see a lot of these little teleport sections. Now I quite like how they're done with these little buildings with glass and then flames inside, and the flames actually add some movement inside these little portal buildings. And yeah, I think that makes it quite believable as it actually being a teleport section. The fire does pop out of the building here every now and then, but yeah, that probably cannot be avoided very much. But yeah, I think it's quite fun how this is done with all these floating islands. I think rather than having these sharp, blocky waterfalls, maybe something could have been done with... yeah, okay, for that you would have needed to use a black tile palette. Or perhaps, for example, if we take this land edge here and raise it like this, and we use the void, then I think it could have been made to look like like a little bit less sharp transitions for these waterfalls. But yeah, I still do think it looks quite nice. I like these lily pads next to these little islands, and it's also fun how these coasters travel throughout all these little islands. Now, as for the roofs of these coasters, probably would have looked better with some pointier roofs rather than these curved ones. But yeah, actually doing nice looking roofs when you have an odd number of tiles can actually be quite difficult to do in a nice way. But yeah, overall I think this is a really nice entry. Okay, here's the entry from Low Poly Surf. No, Low Poly Surf made this nice RMC coaster. We can see the station over here, and I really like this bell tower that was put here. So it uses one of these marble dome pieces. I think that that's actually quite clever. So here we can see the coaster travel up the lift hill. Here it has several teleport sections throughout the track. And it looks like all of these islands sort of have their own theme. So here we have a bit of a foresty section with a river. It looks like some Wild West stuff. Here we see some pagodas. Here we see a little canyon. This part is a dinosaur. This one part goes over a road. This part has been made to look like it's underwater. You can see a shark swimming around here. You can see all these plants which resemble underwater plants. I think that's a really cool idea. Now here we can see the coaster travel through this twisty section. Another inversion here, and then here this looks like some sort of extraterrestrial section. This is actually quite clever. So here we can see this structure here, and there's a fountain under it, and kind of looks like the exhaust for this thing. So that looks like that's what makes it fly. That's actually quite fun. Here we have an icy section. Here we have some more dinosaurs. Here we have some ancient ruins. And over here there's the transfer track, kind of like in a more modern section. So yeah, I think this is a really cool ride. It's called Twisted Tempo, and yeah, the tempo is probably the time part of the ride name. But yeah, really fun entry from Low Poly Surf. Okay, here we have the entry from Brian 3D. So yeah, he said his entry was inspired by Crash Team Nitro Racing and the other Crash Team racing game. I forgot the name. But yeah, I think when you zoom out, this is a really cool entry. It's not very mini. So yeah, I must have spent quite a bit of time on it, and I think it looks incredible. So yeah, I personally have never really played these games, but I think this entry does give us a nice, or at least gives us the gist of what this game is all about. So somewhere down here is the station for the ride. You can actually see the queue here underground. And there's a lot of these portals which actually lead the go-karts through all kinds of teleporting elements and onto the next section of the track. So yeah, we can see the go-karts go down here. Here they enter their second lap. That may be a little bit difficult to follow sometimes, but yeah, here you can see the go-karts. They actually make a huge jump here over this middle section. Absolutely love this stadium here. That's really nicely done. Probably my favorite part of this entry. Also really love this bridge that he made here. So the go-kart jump down here. Then they travel through this section here with this glass floor. And over here there's also a section which kind of looks like a mine with all these crystals here. There's also these skulls here that shoot laser beams. I think that's a really neat detail. Now the go-kart track here looks really cool. I actually love this part. This is a really nice combination of track elements and looks really cool. It looks like 2019. Here's also a nice section of racetrack, and then here the go-kart teleport back to the beginning. And here in the middle we see some pixel art, but I have to admit it is a little bit difficult for me to make out which, well, probably is a character of the game, but I'm not really sure which one. But then again, I haven't really played the game, so I did try to look it up on the internet, but I couldn't really find anything that resembled this. So yeah, probably someone who has actually played the game can tell me what this actually resembles. But yeah, definitely a really cool entry, and yeah, especially the stadium section over here just looks amazing. Yeah, what can I say? Just a great job from Brian 3D. Now there's just 2 entries remaining. I will first show both 2 entries, and after that I will reveal which one is the winner of the round. Okay, here we have my entry. Well, you could already see it for a bit at the beginning of the video. Yeah, I decided to join a mini contest once again. I spent around 4 hours on this, but I think it worked out really well. So here we see this swinging ship, and yeah, I actually made these 2 portal sections, and the swinging ship actually I made it look like it teleports through these 2 sections. So it's actually a shoestring ride. The station for the ride is somewhere underground, and yeah, the vehicles on the control track just to get launched and go back and forth several times. Yeah, it was actually quite simple ride to make. Yeah, of course I have done some shoestringing, so for me this is quite alright to make. But yeah, then I spent a little bit of time making the building around it. And this design for the ship, well, I actually built something similar to this already in Class Action Mega Park, except there I built a looping ship, and this is just a normal swinging one. Yeah, just put some pipes around it with some of these spinning tunnels for a car ride. Put a little restaurant here called Treats. I made it kind of like in a jungle style. Quite happy with this one, some umbrellas. And over here next to the ride, just put some foliage, some jungle stuff. Yeah, I'm just really happy with how this ride turned out. Here in the back you can see the queue for the ride. Yeah, I'm just really happy with how it came together. I just tried to put to decorate this building in a nice way, make a nice little dome roof for it. Put some towers here on the side. I actually used some mini golf holes to decorate this building here, some cogwheels. So yeah, I'm just really happy with how this turned out. Alright, and here's the final entry from Lurker. Now over here we can see a little spaceship. Over here there's this planet that we can see in the distance. And when we look inside here, we can actually see these rovers. Let's see if we can use the cutaway view. Not really sure. No, I don't think it's actually meant to be used in cutaway view. I already revealed part of what's over here. But yeah, there's a big black wall here. And if we actually rotate the view, we can actually see there's this planet here. Kind of looks like a desert planet. So yeah, from this spaceship, the rovers actually got teleported to this planet. I think that's really fitting for the theme. And over here, yeah, the people on the rover, they explore this little planet here. So over here you can see some ruins that are sunk into the sand. I think that's a really cool design. Definitely something which I might use in a future park. And over here we can see some excavations going on. We can see some bones that are being dug up by this yeah, this excavation rover, what it looks like. You can see a little staff scene here. See some space buildings. So this, I think it's just a really cool scene, and this is definitely what I think is a really good usage for the teleport trick. So the rovers actually get teleported twice. They get teleported from the space station to the planet, and then from the planet back to here. So yeah, quite a small entry, but yeah, I think this is probably the best usage of the teleport trick. Very believable, and I think Lurker did an absolutely amazing job here. Alright, and then with the last two entries shown, it's now time to reveal which one is the winner of this round. Will it be Lurker's spaceship entry, or will it be my entry with the swinging ships going through the portals? The winner of the mini teleport ride contest is... Lurker! So it's nice to see Lurker win a contest. He joins in almost every one of them. So yeah, it's nice that he also wins a few every now and then. But yeah, I think it's a really cool entry that he put together here. Yeah, the scores were really close in the end. I almost took the win, but Lurker managed to yeah, take the victory in the end. But yeah, wonderful entries in this round. Yeah, I think it's really creative what people put together in this round with this obscure trick. It's not something you see done often in parks. Yeah, it's just wonderful what people created in this contest. And it was also fun for me to once again join one of these contests. Alright, I hope you enjoyed watching all these entries. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. It would really help out my channel. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching all these parks, and I'll see you again in the next video. See you later.